up, Taiwan? I'm Jeremy Olivier with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The government is planning help for the 10,000 or so workers expected to lose their jobs as Taiwan works to achieve net zero carbon emissions. It's looking to use the revenue from carbon taxes on emitters to retrain these workers. The Environment Ministry says green energy is a promising field for them, as the green sector should produce 20,000 new jobs. The Environment, Labor, and Economy Ministries are setting up a platform to make this retraining program a reality before the 2050 net zero goal.
3个部会一起来针对受到气候变迁、受到近邻，因为全球的趋势，我们必须要转比较辛苦的这种劳工朋友来协助他们来进行这种绿领的，因为绿领的工作，它相对的待遇也可能比较高，也比较有未来性。
The minister says the program is set to start next year. Japan is set to go to the polls to choose its next government this weekend. But whatever the outcome, it seems likely that men will again make up the vast majority of lawmakers. But some in the race see signs of change on the horizon. John Van Trieste reports.
Makishima Karen is back on the campaign trail. She won her district outside Tokyo by a big margin back in 2021. But as a woman in Japanese politics, she's always going against the current. Every other candidate standing for this Sunday's national election here in Kanagawa Prefecture is a man. Makishima's Liberal Democratic Party, or LDP, has promised a more gender-balanced future, with a goal of 30% of lawmakers being women by 2033. Coming from the party that's long dominated Japanese politics, that's significant. But this year, women make up just 16% of its candidates, something the party says is due to a high number of incumbents. Makishima says there's work to be done.
今回その 30% にするという目標を掲げて初めての国政選挙となりました。衆議院選挙においてどれだけ女性議員を新たに誕生させることができるか、また現職の女性議員私も含めて全員当選した上で新たに加わる方を増やしていく、これを続けていかないと女性議員 30% ならないので。
Social attitudes help explain why so few Japanese women run for office. Those that do win office often find politics to be an unfriendly place for them. A Cabinet Office survey of lawmakers found around 58% of women had been harassed, either by members of the public or colleagues. That's compared to just around 33% of men. But Emma Dalton, a specialist in gender inequality in Japan, says another problem is the ruling LDP itself, despite its 30% goal.
It's a catch-all political party, but it does represent a certain sector of the population, and that is an elite strata of men from certain families, from certain universities. There's no diversity, very little diversity in that political party.
And there are economic reasons why women don't run too.
And so women are quite poor in Japan. They're in low-paid jobs. They're in marginalised financial positions, which makes it very, very difficult to think, oh, I'll run for office. You have to be in a very privileged position financially, economically, to decide to run for office.
But back on the trail, Makishima Karen isn't discouraged. She's won before, and she thinks more women will win too. Maybe not this election, but further on as times change.
政治とはどうあるべきかという見方も多様化していますから、それを受けて候補者も多様化していく、その過渡期に今はあるのではないかなと思います。
That would be a big change in a country where just 10% of the lower house is made up of women, where just 2 women hold cabinet posts, and where women seeking office still face big obstacles. Joseph Wu and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
HIV was once one of the most feared diseases in the world, and while advances in prevention and treatment techniques are slowly bringing it under control in Taiwan, a heavy stigma still surrounds the disease. Reese Ayers reports.
From his home in New Taipei, Chen Wei-Chi reviews promotional materials for HIV Story, a non-profit he helps run, with the aim of destigmatizing the disease by telling personal stories from the HIV-positive community. And Chen has his own story to tell. Now 32, he's been living with HIV since 18.
去确诊完，哭着走回家之后，我的室友们是在，我们就有 住在某一个人的房间，某个室友的房间里，然后大家那天是一起睡觉，然后我们也没有多谈这件事情，但是就是所有人会陪着你一起去走过这件事情。
His diagnosis was a shock, but volunteering for an LGBTQ+ support hotline at the time, Chen knew being HIV positive was no longer the death sentence it once was.
他看过很多病人，那可能这个疾病会让你变成是一个很颓废、颓丧的人，但是也有可能他会让你变成是一个更好的人。
Chen started receiving the treatment he needed to keep the disease at bay, but one day at dinner with his family, he noticed a small change in their behavior.
就不知道为什么那一天就是公筷母匙，就是大家都要用一个公共餐具去夹那个菜。然后那天我就会有一点 sensitive， 想说这件事情是因为我而来吗？
Chen was hurt, but his relationship with his family improved as their understanding of the disease evolved. Over the years, attitudes towards HIV have been changing for the better, but discrimination still exists.
所以的话，我就有发现说，这些的歧视很多都是来自于他们对于 HIV 这个疾病是比较不了解。或者是说，可能像以前的时候，我们对于可能 HIV 就会想到的是同志族群，所以的话就会产生有一种歧视的一个问题。
Helping destigmatize the disease are facilities like Hero Clinic in Kaohsiung, where patients are offered judgment-free, discreet services.
匿名筛检它其实就是透过就是不留您的任何的资料，保护你的动作，保护隐私。
The clinic offers more than just medical services. They have counselling, lectures, and even art classes, providing a safe space for the HIV-positive community, even reaching out into wider society with educational programs.
我们去深山里面，然后去跟原住民去做一个宣导，这样子，或者是说，当然是一般的话，我们还是会去一些可能同志酒吧啊，或者是说一些 pub 那些其实都会有。
Taiwan's government is also lending a hand in HIV education. July 2nd is National U equals U Day in Taiwan, the moniker standing for undetectable equals untransmittable. With the correct treatment, the disease can become undetectable in a HIV-positive person, which means they can't transmit the disease to others. And though there's no cure for HIV yet, improvements in medicine are having a huge impact.
要说成功，可能没有到那么好啊。不过我想，其实这几年下来 ，HIV 就是在治疗或预防上面，其实进展是一直有在进步的。那有很多的介入方案，不管是新的药物提早治疗，或者是有些预防性药物。
Figures from the Centers for Disease Control show the progress being made, as year on year the number of new cases continues to fall, and Taiwan becomes a more tolerant country towards the HIV-positive community.
以前外国籍身份是一旦被确诊 HIV 就会被遣送出境，现在已经没有这个问题。
But there's still room for improvement. While treatment is subsidized under Taiwan's national healthcare system, preventative medicines, key to beating the spread of HIV, are still expensive.
这个药费其实以原厂药来说，其实是不便宜的，所以有一些人就会因为价格的关系就不会来拿药这样。
While research is still ongoing, for people like Chen, the progress already made in treatments and attitudes has been literally life-saving, allowing them to lead normal lives, barely burdened by what was once the most feared disease in the world. Ryan Wu, Alex Chen, and Reese Ayres for TaiwanPlus.
Stick around for more coverage of LGBTQ+ issues in Taiwan as the country prepares to celebrate Pride. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today we take you to the streets of Johannesburg, where jacaranda trees are now in bloom. I'm Jeremy Olivier. Take care and see you next time.